For so long, Shaytan was stopping me from growing my business. However, until I applied this exact three-step process that I show you in this video, my halal business made 30k per month. And this is the exact three-step system that I gave to Mohammed Mubin that helped him go from booking 0 sales calls for his business to booking 3 to 5 sales calls consistently every single day. You see, Shaytan uses his greatest weapon to stop you from growing your business: fear. And fear looks like overlearning, no outreach, weak offers, and inconsistent posting. And it's costing you time, cash, and calls. So the first step is to understand the rule of 100. Hormozy loves this. And by the way, I learned it from him. Props to him, of course. He's an absolute genius when it comes to business. He talks about the rule of 100 if you want to scale your business and start growing it instantly. This rule is going to take you from 0 to 100k per month. It's not just going to take you from 0 to 1k, 0 to 10k, or 0 to 50k. Literally 0 to 100k per month. And this rule of 100 dictates that you do either 100 outreaches per day, 100 minutes of content, and you post that piece of content at the end of the day. And so when you understand that the rule of 100 is the solid baseline that you need to stick to, you understand that the reason most people fail in business, the reason Shaytan gets in their head, is because they're scared. They're scared to get rejected. They're scared to do the work. They're scared to go through the hardship of growing a business. And so the rule of 100 is supposed to completely destroy that fear. Your job isn't to silence the Shaytan. That's impossible. You can't silence him. Your job is to move regardless of what he tells you. Your job is to move in faith regardless of the fear he tries to place in your heart. And so from today onwards, decide, make the decision, meaning you leave no other options, to stick to the rule of 100. Every single day you need to do 100 pieces of outreach. Every single day you need to spend 100 minutes of content or 100 minutes on ads. When you do that, understand that it is literally impossible for you not to make money. But again, can you hear that little thought of doubt in your mind right now? Can you hear it? Oh, but it's impossible to do 100 outreaches a day. Oh, I'm gonna have to pay for a bunch of softwares. Or you're creating hardship for yourself. Shaytan is putting that fear in your ear, into your mind, into your heart. And it's what stopped me from growing for so long. In fact, it's what stopped my brother. He wasn't doing the thing he was afraid to do. He wasn't actually in the sales call, closing the deal and collecting cash. And you know, he had like 15 calls where they'd end up rescheduling or they'd end up canceling on him on the next call because he was too afraid to close them. He was too afraid to go, yes, this is how much it costs. Are you happy to do it with card payment? And then him send them the link. And guess what? My brother overcame that fear last week and he closed his first sale. Well, he closed his like 5th sale, but the first sale that actually made him money on that day specifically. Other times he got paid separately. And so when you understand that your job and step 1 of this process is to overcome your fear by doing the rule of 100, step number 2 becomes so much simpler. The second step is to make sure that the effort you put into the rule of 100 is actually well used. And you want to do this by tailoring your message. Let's say you're doing outreach. You want to make sure that if you're doing cold calls, DMs, whatever it would be, that you're tailoring your message specifically to the person. And in fact, I actually have a really good script builder for this. You can feel free to join my free school community. It's in there. And if you're doing content or ads, the way you want to tailor your message is by doing 3 things. Number 1, call out. Number 2, describe their problems. And number 3, state the solution. It's that simple. Call out your audience. Hey, Muslim entrepreneurs. Hey, dads with back pain, whoever your audience is. Hey, real estate agents. Then describe their problems for them. If you're dealing with XYZ problem, if you're dealing with back pain, if you are struggling to get retail clients, whatever it would be. And then last but not least, offer them the solution. Follow my 3-step process to understand this. As you can see, I kind of do something similar at the start of every single one of my videos. I'm literally showing you what works. Once you've tailored your message, and I've seen no guru talk about this, but this helped me become so much more confident in the process of growing my business. Take screenshots of your proof. When somebody replies positively, take a screenshot. When you book a call, take a screenshot. Because guess what? Not only is that proof for you that you're capable of doing what you said you are doing, but also you can use it to show your clients. You know, when somebody asks you, do you have any testimonials? You might say, no, but this is all the receipts I have of the work I've put in and the results that I've gotten. And that's your proof at the end of the day. You cannot overcome any obstacle of confidence without proof. If you genuinely want to become the most confident you can be, you're going to need proof. And that means putting in the work. And that means doing the rule of 100. And so if you want to overcome that fear that Shaytan places in you, it's not about killing him. You can't do that. It's not about silencing him. You can't do that. It's about working regardless of what he tells you. And I have not seen a single person who's followed the rule of 100 and hasn't made money. A single person. I'm not going to tell you it's going to get you 10k per month. I'm not going to tell you got me, right? You got me to over 30k per month. I'm not going to tell you it's going to get you to 30k per month. But I promise you now, whatever situation you're in, the reason you're in that is because you're moving in fear rather than moving in faith. And your business is suffering because of your incapabilities, because of your incapacity to do the work that you're supposed to be doing. And if you just follow that, I can promise you now, you'd find success. And if your goal is to become a halal entrepreneur that is able to make 100K in the next 12 months, feel free to join my free school community. I've got all the resources in there that I mentioned today, and inshallah, I'll see you in there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.